Gentlemen in the mix. Hello, traders. Welcome to the Sunday evening weekly candle close stream. We have some positive news over the weekend that which certainly did catalyze a gap up for the U.S. futures. But as I'm speaking to you, the futures are selling off probably to go fill that gap that will happen soon. And it was Trump will be pausing those tariffs that should have been fully implemented in 3 days on the 9th. They're getting pushed back to August, from July 9th to August 1st. So pump everything until then, I guess. So it's good, sure, for equities maybe. And it looks like Bitcoin caught a little residual love there, but here we are, man. Like, can't get excited. We never can, because Bitcoin just doesn't operate that way these days. All right, where there's just always controversy. There's always overhead resistance. There's always scammy price action at those levels. We've been looking at it constantly. I mean, how about in May and in June when, breaking to all-time fail immediately. Same thing. We're breaking, completely reversed immediately after breaking it. What did we do just a few days ago on Friday? We broke the level with the candle close confirmed and immediately right back below with the bearish engulfing candle. The good news is bearish engulfing candle caught zero fall through. Good news is we are at least above the supply line of the channel we've been confined in for a couple months, and but not making higher highs yet and not breaking the January 20th old all-time high, 109.35801. So there's good news and there's bad news. And then there's more good news. It's going to be really close. All right, it just is. If we get some favorable price action going into the close, we'll be all right.
Compound coin, it's been selling off crazy. I was hoping for a low and a retest of 39.50. What's a good entry? How can we manage risk?
Thank you, Gills. Yeah, I know that one was really disappointing because it was such an impeccable accumulation structure, and then it had a huge 50% rally, and then Bitcoin topped out, and then it's lost it all. It's bled out for like 2 weeks plus since then. Just making you say, okay, yeah, altcoins might go up, okay, but bro, it's just like, look to the equities market. I mean, dude, crypto is just garbage. It's been garbage for a really long time too. I mean, this isn't even new. It's not like breaking news. Altcoins are terrible. All right, so yeah, we will look at it, sure. But the one good piece of news, but it might not be good news in 51 minutes, would be the weekly, where right now, if we close now or higher, at this price or higher, it will be the highest weekly close ever. But it is so razor thin, right, of a chance, because the old all-time high on the weekly close was 109.4868. So we're only like 150 points now from being able to say that it's going to happen. We don't know. If there's too much time for 150 points, because you know how these moves are leading into close. So we can't get cocky. We cannot expect it. We don't know. It might. And again, wouldn't it be really cool? Because we have the chance of doing it. If the market wills it, we could have our first weekly candle close above that old January 20th old all-time high. We could be the first one we've ever seen. It's not happening, though. Not yet. So it's like good and it's bad and it's like It's not enough data to be super excited yet. Give me 49 minutes and we'll reassess, okay? Maybe history, maybe not. Okay, that's your weekly impending close. And what is cool, even if it doesn't make history and it closes above at least the close from last week, it would be a follow-through candle to confirm the bullish engulfing. That's nice. And then we look on the historical side and we understand that never before has Bitcoin, at least in 13 years, gone into an all-time high breakout price discovery rally in the month of July. It's never happened. So we're hoping for something that's never happened before this month to happen. And then, what's weird is that's crazy that that's not happened before, when we know that the S&P 500, the past 10 Julys, every single one ended positive on the month. Every one. There was not one red July for the S&P 500 in the past 10 years. So it's like, dang, dude, like, with all that going on, no price discovery. Yeah, a lot of crazy, weird stuff. All right. So cool. That was your Bitcoin. Let's look at the futures. Did we create a gap? No, because we sold off. So hopefully, maybe the sell-off was for a reason. And we gapped down, actually, and then oh man, all they did was run it up to pretty much fill. No, they didn't. I would say the truest of true gap fill is going to be like 110,380, because that's where the traders closed. They settled up there, so it was a good start. But man, let's get above that level. Let's break and close above that level again, and let's just get separated from that unfilled gap from June, even though we filled 2 of the 3 unfilled ones. Yep, no break. I mean, you broke the supply line. That's awesome. We did that last week, but maybe a back test, maybe 108,965. That'd be cool. I mean, there would be nothing wrong with a sell-off in futures going down to that level to confirm what was once resistance, flip to support. That would be amazing, actually. So got a little downside, and it wouldn't be too big of a deal. Just hoping not for a fake out here. All right. Bitcoin dominance, I think, probably sold off today. Is down just because, yep. Wow, skating along that little demand line. Wow. Down 0.28%, but whatever. Just amongst its highest levels we've seen in years, and I guess alt season if it dumps here, but who's behind the altcoins? Who are buying these scam coin failed projects with no intrinsic value and no way to mathematically gauge their value? Who's buying them? I don't know. I mean, we do have some completed M shapes like Dogecoin, and you got a dragon breakout on XRP. I mean, Bitcoin Cash been doing okay, but many have just died, even with them being up 3% today. BNB looks okay. Ethereum, we know for a fact on Ethereum, it is the largest short position that is ever surmounted on Ethereum. Is going on right now. Like, you see if I can find the little graph. So I mean, hey, like, there could be this idea of a crazy squeeze. Look at this. Yeah, right here. Speculators taking one of the largest short positions in Ethereum futures in history. I mean, they've just been piling on, once and twice here. So, but aren't institutions like buying Ethereum in ways too? So maybe they're suppressing the price, and once they, cancel these orders, we might see a huge rally. Hey, above 2,400, you're okay. If you're above 2,400, given enough time, the next target is, I believe, 2,900. Yeah, that's right. So, all right. Back above the 200-week moving average, which is good on Ethereum, but heart rate monitor, man, since May. I mean, good. Oh, sorry. Good luck trading that, man. What a joke market. I mean, that's just no direction, no moves. Better off just looking at stocks. But yeah, I mean, I guess you're flat, trading the same price you're trading at May 5th. Same price as you were in April 2021, whatever. But yeah, the back test of 21.27, the bounce, and again on the daily I think they're back testing the channel bottom too that you had fallen out of, like right here.
$CNCK coin
Yeah, they're
check.
holding it,
It
man.
is supposed
Unreal.
to be like Coinbase of Japan. What do we think? Can we look at it? Thanks.
Coin check. Thanks, Gills, man, for the multiple contributions to this stream. Thank you, dude. We will look at the Japanese Coinbase. So without any form of like confirmation, you know, it would have been nice to see a $2,100 level to construct an easier, more reliable trading plan. You don't have to have that. You don't have to have the framework for assets to go one way or another. So I think they've recaptured this channel, recaptured on the second, and looks like they're testing 3 days in a row now. Not just testing the bottom of this channel to reconfirm its validity as a demand line, but also the 200-day simple moving average. That's 3 days above that. They are confluent right there. Demand line 200. Wow. So not going for your highest daily close. Right, that was on the third, but of this little rally here. But yeah, whatever. If it actually holds, can't you imagine? Well, if it's reconfirmed as support and then buyers come in off the back test, wouldn't it be safe to say, like, yeah, a target to the top of the channel would be like 29.62 up there, moving target on time. But right, that's just how you would look at it. So for now, that's the data that currently exists. Congratulations, Ethereum buyers. Gone through a long, effed up journey, but here we are back in the channel. Hope it rallies, man. Always do. I'm not like looking to hate on Ethereum price. I want it to be at 10K for you. But yeah, it's been really bad performer. Just think about it. It goes up 50% in 3 days. That's it. That's just about it, man. That's, you know, you got one candle here. Okay, April 22nd. Okay, the Trump candle. But then it was 3 candles and was it. Same price as the top of that 3 candle pump right now. Like, how's that even tradable? That's not really. Think about all the time, you know, from the bottom to now. It's been all chop fest outside of 4 days. 88 days. Only 4 days were really not chop. They were actually price appreciates. Man. I'll give it to the believers. Y'all got some serious conviction. Y'all got as much conviction as a 14th century crusader in Jerusalem or something. Congrats, man. Okay. Oh yeah, so I guess we'll get to the cryptos real quick. Let's look at the US futures, how they opened. Here we are, S&P 500 top left, Dow Jones top right, NASDAQ bottom left, Russell 2000 bottom right. As you can see, hey, it's cool that we're not at the lows since the open, lows of day. Still there. You would just imagine, right? And use your imagination here that the gap would fill at some point between now and the morning, because it's just such a joke, nothing burger gap. But whatever, it's good. It's like a good piece of news for risk on. You know, and out the gate, gold is down 0.2%. So inverse correlated to the index funds, which is like, that's how we like it, right? Where it doesn't do the same thing. Which is crazy because, you know, we saw all-time highs on Nvidia and Microsoft on Friday. It was beautiful. You saw Google at multi-month highs on the close. Google, I think, is the most promising for upside. I mean, it's probably maybe not the best fundamentally, but I with the AI and what they're doing with their Gemini and stuff, I don't think they're going to lose too much market share because they're transitioning pretty flawlessly. Because, you know, Google is the absolute, and it's not even close, the most visited website in the world. You know what number 2 is? Oh, it's YouTube, and it is owned by Google. So Google having the top 2 websites in the world by far. And then like, oh, well, they'll be disrupted by ChatGPT because ChatGPT is making the moves up in you know, most visited websites and all that. But it's like, I don't know, like people, I think it's like a muscle memory thing. People just Google and they type in questions, and now you're typing in questions, and Gemini is generating answers, like high quality answers. So people would continue to just muscle memory, continue using Google instead of just going to ChatGPT and using it or something else. So that's why I'm thinking, okay, Google's probably solid for, and I'm talking about that's like fundamentally with what the AI disruption, dude, I'm telling you, from now till 2030, you're going to see some really insane stuff happen to the detriment of humans, but to the betterment of efficiency, speed in the development of technology, getting answers, all that. So this is your Google chart, and we'll look at the altcoins. I just want to make it, let me just improv, man. Let me be a live streamer. And that was the highest daily candle close since February 20th. Close on the half day. And you just think, okay, we're just on 191 watch at this point. Just waiting. Above the 200, confirmed a bottom at 160, 165, 191, 200, and then the gap fill at 207. You look at that and you say, well, that's like a better technical, I think that's just better technically than looking at, well, let's just look at NVIDIA. We know NVIDIA is amazing. Dude, fundamentally, NVIDIA is godlike. No one's taking that away from NVIDIA. But the fact is, like, if you're a market participant and you've got some cash on the sidelines, or, right, you missed out on this huge run, or something, many assets rally, not 75+%. Some went 100%, like I think AMD did 100% off the recovery. If you're just looking for something that might have a little bit more strategy involved, then buy all-time highs, buy the top. Literally, all-time highs on Friday, buy it. I mean, that's not as strategic as going with something like Google, where it's like, okay, well, it's been lagging behind, coming off of this multi-year chop fest, trading the same price it was trading at, well, May of last year. So it's over a year, but I say multi-year chop fest because at the bottom of the chop, in September of last year and in April of this year, the price was rivaling levels that we saw at the cycle top from September 2021. So it is a multi-year chop fest. So you'd think like, wow, Magnificent 7 growth stock. This would eventually catch up and go into its own price discovery, whatever. Money-making machine. And looks very well positioned for the AI disruption. It is transitioned very well at this point. So I would think that forward looking, we'll see higher prices. And then, okay, here's the other thing. And sorry, I don't want to get to Tesla. What happened this weekend, chat? Oh my God. Like, okay, so there's this guy who's not from the United States, which we appreciate many things he's done, but not from the U.S., and he is starting an American First type new political party. CEO, owner of Tesla. And it's just kind of like, how are we going to open? And when does overnight trading start? Maybe it starts in 30 minutes, 40 minutes from now. I can't remember when overnight trading opens after the weekend, but it's probably bad. Like the free market's probably going to respond negatively to the CEO starting a brand new political party that is against the other two political parties that have unlimited all of the resources that exist. So it looks great technically here until you factor in the catalyst that has occurred this weekend, and we just might be gapping down below $300 easy. And it was like, well, that's black swan for Tesla, because man, this thing looked real good, doesn't it? I mean, look, it's just like they violated recapturing, and both of these sell-offs were due to stupid news that had the same thing, like the same flavor of political characteristics. And it's a spring back test of spring, trading above key levels. One test, the second test is two, so 400. Let's go. Not if you do stuff like this. Not if you do what Elon did. So. Oh, what is this? Trump calls the formation of new party ridiculous and confusing. It is. I get so much what Elon wants. Pretty much a libertarian party without crazy amounts of spending. I get that. Thing is, though, you don't want to fragment support from one party, and it would benefit the party that virtually just wants to end Western civilization. I mean, wants to be done with it, okay? Suicidal empathy, open borders, more taxes now that... So, at least with one side you have, well, we have a weapon. We've got Bitcoin. We could buy big tech. We could buy, assets that will keep up with or outrun inflation, at least. The other side that would benefit from this new party fragmenting, the conservatives, there is no, lifeline if the left really wins. Well, for a trader, right? For someone who, the things that the left was doing before, oh my God, they're talking about unrealized capital gain taxes. For a swing trader, you have to think about where we are in all this. Unfortunately, politics has completely, since 2020, collided with economics and finance in us as traders. So we have to be really aware of that. It's at least if they're going to print a bunch of money, print it to make America first. Fine, I get it. Fiat purchasing power is going to continue to collapse, but at least it's American first, and we have financial weapons to protect us against monetary debasement, because it was going to happen one way or another. So anyway, Tesla might get wrecked. I guess we'll see. Anyway, let's go back to the cryptos. Sorry, dude. Because there's, news happened this weekend. Let's go to XRP, up 2.2%. It looks fine. It's the dragon. It broke out. The only issue is is Bitcoin breaking out, or is it not going to break? It's such a freaking estuary right now. Purgatory. Where it could be soon. You have to run and test 233 and break 233, and then it's going to be probably a smooth ride up to the 260 level, 259 level, going for the highest daily candle close since June 11th or maybe June 10th. Okay, that's nice. Almost 1 month highs. But a big one was to sell off. This thing could sell off to 207 and create this insane inverse head and shoulders pattern. They defend it there, and then it rallies later. So I guess, it looks fine. You're in that situation where it doesn't look like just dead and terrible and there's no chance for upside. It's got a chance, man. Same type of structure Bitcoin had. Then you go to Solana, which it's very interesting. Daily, kind of hard to see a little bit, but on the daily, it's on the 4 hour, it's really not bad at all. So they broke out of this channel here, and since the breakout, they've just been back testing the levels as support, really. And then you go to the 4 hour here, so you can see really kind of under the hood what they're doing. Maybe it's there's the supply line, and it's they back tested a couple times or around there. They've confirmed a bottom, so right, but they're giving all back these gains that we saw, highs of the day, way off them now. I guess it just comes to the point where do you have the risk tolerance for scam coins right now? If you do, always look to find a strategic level to offload your position at a loss. And if you're looking at this 4 hour right now, I imagine that threshold and that cutoff would be right below 145. Don't think you would have much business owning it, because why? If they've broken out the supply line, they back tested it kind of twice, right? Or if they haven't, they've at least put in a local confirmation low, confirming accumulation from this low and this low. All right. So if the price falls below that 145 level, you all of a sudden have no more argument for accumulation being confirmed, a breakout being confirmed once and twice. So yeah, that's because we're not acting like we know where these things are going next. People will keep trying to say every single day that I keep acting like I know where we're going. He was bullish. It's no, that's not true at all. Here I am saying it. I don't know where these assets are going next, but all we can do is look at the levels and if we see certain predictable patterns that develop at those levels, we get positive price action there, we can construct strategic trading plans that give us 3-to-1 reward risk. And even when we do that, we still don't know where they're going next. So, I'll tweet about Bitcoin trying to break the level or failing, and people be like, hey man, you were bearish, bullish, bearish. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm just literally showing the price action as it stands now, because everyone cares about Bitcoin, so I'll tweet about Bitcoin. Yeah, so that's where we're on Solana. And XRP could probably have its own little threshold. I mean, maybe your threshold here might be below just 220. Like you say, if we're putting in a higher low here, it could be even lower, 216. But yeah, I mean, you like daily, it looks all right. 4 hour, you can really see they're trying here to keep putting in higher lows, which momentum keeps shifting into the hands of the buyers maybe. But it's like, we just keep testing that 230 level and keep failing. I mean, you're going to have to break that eventually. Otherwise, it's just going to be a massive drawdown. And then all these levels will get taken out. And that's why you wouldn't want to look at the 4 hour to be like, all right, maybe I just have a tight stop set up somewhere to protect myself below this swing low or this swing low. Because if those are getting taken out, then you're probably going way lower. And then we can look at BNB that has that, it still has the head and shoulders idea until we're breaking like 673, 674, right? It's good and bad situation. You're above 621, 638, the key inflection zone. It's very, very important level, battle tested. You're above that. You're above the 200 moving average. That's awesome. But we got to make higher highs at some point again, because you're just maybe putting in another lower high. You would hate that, because then it would be classic distribution with an 886 retrace from this high to low. You wouldn't want that. So we really want this big one breakout to be real, and we are only now $50 from being able to say a weekly all-time high. This is what I'm talking about. It's like there's too much time to be able to say that, oh yeah, we're definitely going to make all-time highs on the weekly close. We don't know. It could be history, chat. It could not be. That's why you want to stick around and wait. Again, 27 minutes. I do, Dave. I do want to slap the little baby hippo moo ding in the face, yeah. I don't know why, but, not like hurt the, just kind of more like slap him in the butt, love tap to get him to freak out. But whatever. I think everyone in their own way wants to slap moo ding a little bit, from the videos. Okay. Well, yeah, Stacy, this real. Very real. Oh, let's look. I have it kind of drawn up like this here's your 4 hour quad screen of your altcoins with Solana top left, Ethereum top right, XRP bottom left, Binance Coin bottom right. They've all got these respective ranges they've been confined in. You can see. I don't know if it might be difficult to see. But yeah, all recaptured, and they're just kind of, well, I guess Solana would be closest to the bottom of its little range here. But again, right, I mean, I think it's kind of in a good spot. Like, you maybe broke a supply line, you've confirmed the supply line as support second time, and you should protect yourself below 145. That might be your threshold. Even they might take it to 141, I know, but this one looks pretty good, right? I hope that sustains, because that's pretty on the 4 hour. And then we looked at the bigger ones. Okay, so other top 10s like Dogecoin, we can look at. It's up 4% today. I mean, it's just unbelievable, right? It's like this freaking bullish bat pattern. It's perfect, a perfect bat. Still in the midst of its reaction, trying to recapture at least one level from history, but a lot of work to be done at all. It's good context coming off of a long extended drawdown. It's still working on that type 1 reaction. So, I mean, your upside, if it's real, it could take you to 22 cents, 21.94 up there, but you got to break some big resistance to get there. So it's just cool that it exists, but I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know if this is going to be a harmonic debt or not, But it's still at least better than nothing, man. Better than like being a dead asset with nothing going on. I mean, this is a large beginning to be a large structure, because you're talking about 79 days, 78 days of development. It's starting to get rather large. So the larger these assets structures get on daily time scales, they typically can be more reliable. So I'm hoping to see more upside on Doge if it is going to play out, but I'm not acting like I know if it will. So gosh dang it, man. I'll look up and there it is. Bitcoin currently, if it traded right now, if it closed as I'm speaking to you, we would not have an all-time high close on the weekly. How dumb. So I'm talking about, you just cannot get excited on Bitcoin. You're not allowed. You get excited, you're going to learn a lesson. That's one thing I've learned about Bitcoin. Getting too excited, you'll end up being in an 8-month no trend, slightly down sloping trend like last year. You get your hopes up at 886, it's at breakout points. You will have to learn. So what were the other let's just look at those requests real quick. I don't want to keep contributor waiting. Oh, Gills, man. Yeah, Gills. Thank you for the contributions, dude. He wants comp. That, yeah, man, it was okay, and then it just became really disappointing. We're like, you got to be kidding me. Like, how pathetic. Like, this is something where, like, on a traditional market, you see that. Typically, your bottom. I mean, something like Micron from years ago, seeing something like, it's beautiful. You can get some beautiful structures like that. And it played out initially. It's crazy. It off that low, man, after being able to identify, let's just say from June 3rd to, it went up 51% in 8 days, and it's gone. It's bled out. And this is crypto. This is literally crypto. This is why it's like so hard to have conviction on anything that's crypto. Even if like it's a weekly, oh my God, 300-day large harmonic with a type 2 return, it's still hard to like trust or have any conviction. So looking for a good entry. I mean, the closer you are to 38.88, I guess the easier it would be to strategize, because I think below 38.88, I mean, that is a big inflection point. It's the top of a zone where, of course, the problem is like below 38.88. God, I keep messing up. Below that, it starts putting the accumulation structure initially identified in jeopardy of not being real. And then it's like, why would you want to own comp if if the accumulation structure that made it look good doesn't exist anymore? So I think like you're getting closer and closer to that threshold of like, what's the point? Yeah, very disappointing. I mean, like, there's just not enough liquidity to get these things going. There's no like ability for a sustained rally on anything in crypto worth anything. So like, this is to the extent of any rallies that you're able to get, man. And so you said hoping for a lower low and a retest 39.50. 39 would probably be where you want the optimum entry, but man, the stop better be pretty tight. I just don't know why you would want to own it below 38.88. But hey, here's the very, very, offshoot chance. We got a chance here. Let's go to the 4 hour, maybe an M shape completing right here in 886. Yeah, so like it'd be like, man, let me get out that hopium pipe and just, smoke it. Oh yeah, dude, I'm getting so hot. Hopium right here on an 886. Just praying to God that this, maybe we get 4. It looks like this price action looks like there would be 4 hour bullish divergence right here. Let's see. Definitely the MACD is from low to lower low. I mean, it's showing a little exhaustion, so you can look at it like that. You got a deep retrace, and here's the type of bleed out you got last time, right? Not an 886 even. You got a 786 by the looks of it, right? From this low to this high. Oh my God, it almost got an 886. It was like a 87% retrace. So it was almost like an M shape right here before it blew up. So, but like, just look at it, man. What is that? Oh, we were at 42. Now we're at 41.41, and Yeah, so there's a little seller exhaustion, it looks like, on the 4 hour with an M shape completing. You're at the completion zone of the M shape, so one could take little shots here if they wanted. It's not the worst place in the world. I mean, it's definitely one of your best places. But I'm saying, like, you know, start falling below that X point, it starts becoming like, well, it's not really showing a good accumulation structure anymore. So invalidating the M shape that we're looking at right now. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. All right, comp, little M shape on 4 hour. And just long extended drawdown. I mean, like, think about the losses from the top to where it is right now. Down 34% in 25 days. Over 1% a day. Yikes. Still just so much negative momentum on the daily. It's like gross. Okay, we didn't look at total. If you want to look at total, we can. Chat.
I like turtles.
Here it is, total market cap. We like totals. We really like totals confined within this beautiful channel. I mean, it's like artwork, isn't it? I mean, no way that they did it so perfectly. See, at least on Bitcoin, they false breakout back in. You know, at least on this one, it was a perfect test of that supply line on the third. Bearish engulfing, and now just kind of rallying because of Bitcoin, but still contained within until you're breaking $3.37 trillion. My God, what a channel. Well, the nightmare, dude, right? Eight months last year. How long now? How many days confined within since it began? Okay, we're 45 days in. Bitcoin is right now, it would be making history. So I'm saying it's almost like I'm watching a basketball game and it's like showing the stats of like lead changes, the lead change between the all-time highs and the not. That's going on right now as Bitcoin oscillates between making weekly close history and not. DJT looks interesting, Chase. Oh, I'll look at it. Let's see. The Gills wanted also CNCK, which I've never looked at this one. Coin check group. Oh, what? Oh my dude, what? Hold on a sec. Why did you not request this days ago? Because it's like your M shape. It's your shark or Gartley. Could be a freaking Gartley. Oh my God, like a textbook. No way you're serious, Gartley. Hold on, let me No, it's like a. You could have said 886 Gartley or Shark. They're both valid. So you can see XA, B, C. Is that a? It is a perfect Shark. Oh, why, dude? What have you done? Why must I learn about these things sometimes too late? It's impossible to know everything that exists out there, right? I just didn't know, and it's like perfect. 886, 1618. The only issue you would have on this one is like there's no confluence at your D point. You know, you want the D point to be, oh, look left, there's like a swing low here, but you don't have that. So like the M shape developed and it's probably ushered in the reversal here. Go figure. So you got some levels, unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with. Certainly on this one, you've got 657, 691, right? The swing lows and swing highs. All right, swing low. Then it flipped to resistance before marking down. Then it broke, and then they back tested it for the rally. It sold off, and then it kind of reversed there. So you know that's going to be a level. So your upside's that. Your upside's not much because you just had a beautiful 5-6 days
I just found
win
this
streak.
Friday low. I saw the chart and was like, wow.
Yeah, like wow, dude. Thank you, Gills, for the 5. That's like 45, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah, the only thing we could hope for is that it would like hit this level. You're probably not going to be lucky enough because I can kind of see like if you go to like the 4 hour, it's like a double bottom, a confirmation low, you know, amazing. Hope to God that you get something like this. we'd be so lucky if we got that. Because, like, I'll show you why. Like, why would we be lucky? Because of the 4 hours crazy. Where you can just see, kind of, here's 1, and here's 2. It's like a type 2, mini type 2. That is beautiful, isn't it? That is a harmonic framework, dude. Its reliability in context like this is so good. How many times do we have to look at it and see them? So that's what you're looking for, though. You're looking for long extended drawdowns to conclude with really nice tight M shapes that are just so undeniable. You can look at it and be like, there it is. There it freaking is again, man. Yeah, it's awesome. I hope this thing goes. I mean, I could very well see this thing. Like, it depending on type 1, type 2, eventually, if it succeeds, 925 again. $10, then possibly 14.11. This can usher in the entire trend reversal. All right, nice stuff on CNCK. It's new, man. I'm new. December. I'm in chat. 13 minutes until potential history. Right now, we would be making history, so stick around. Definitely want to stick around for this. For the Jesus chimes. We haven't looked at gold yet. Great stuff, Gills. Thank you, man. Let's look at gold. Gold? See, until you're like, I mean, it's cool that they're trying to put in a swing low right here, but the rally, and unless it like concludes with us breaking 34.30, 34.29, it could just be us putting in a lower high at some point. You don't rivaling same highs, right? Same high, April, May, and June, same highs. So if anywhere you pivot, the rally must sustain until we're making a higher high, and if it's not, then yeah, it might be just sideways down. Remember how limited your upside could be because the run you've already had. That's the only issue and concern I have about gold. It's like such a good trend. It's amazing, but I mean, I feel pretty confident to say, like, I think Google will outperform gold in the next 3 to 6 months. Based on technicals. One has had its insane godlike run up and one hasn't. One's been sideways for a year. One has a market cap of like the 2 trillions, and this one has a 20-something trillion dollar market cap. And we can look at that real quick if you want. Here it is. Here's your updated market cap, top assets by market cap. All right, gold, $22.4 trillion market cap. Nothing's even close. Then you got Nvidia, number 2, 3.885 trillion. That did surpass Microsoft last week, I believe, and that doesn't really happen often. Nvidia has not been number 1 much at all. Like, it has typically been Microsoft, and then I think Nvidia at its peak of mania last year flipped for a little bit. But yeah, now Nvidia is number 1 of the companies, the Mag 7s. Microsoft, Apple, which Apple might have some good upside potential. It really could. It might. But it has been underperforming really bad. Still over 3 trillion though. And then you got Amazon, not even close to these big 3. And then you got Google, Alphabet, and then you got Bitcoin right here that is just neck and neck with Google. It surpassed Google last week until Google started rallying some. Bitcoin sold off some, so they kind of reflipped. And then just below that, silver. The silver actually gapped up this, when futures opened, but it's gone to fill the gap, I believe. And then Meta is below that, and then whatever, who cares after that? So crazy to think that Ethereum, where's Ethereum at? Well, Ethereum, larger market cap than Coca-Cola, Samsung, Hermes, a lot of different companies. Freaking Ethereum, man, 310 billion. Yeah, I was thinking. Limited upside on gold, even if it's going to go up, it's going to take a lot of money to move it higher. And you got better just technical setups on the equities market, which is fine. And then silver, probably going to outperform gold. Yeah, probably going to outperform gold. That potential idea that we almost knew that it was about to be invalidated. It's been invalidated. We discussed the measured move of the head and shoulders upward is going to be like 38.80 or something. That's the highest. Well, we almost made it. We almost made multi-year highs, but we didn't. It was the highest level since June 18th. Again, measured move from a busted potential head and shoulders. It was never has been, never will be, because it never broke the neckline. It was really nice to find neckline from the right shoulder peak. That is how you measure the move of a busted head and shoulders. So your target's like 38.70. But the thing is, if you know about silver, there is nothing here above 37.50. I'm talking like it is just blue skies, straight to heaven until 44.18. I mean, it is a straight up and down situation. I mean, maybe 42, 34 could be a peak, but anything above 35.40 to 35.69 is like loaded for bear in terms of bears will be decimated. Okay, so good thing on silver, and it's all the metals, man. All the metals are playing catch up with gold. Platinum has been killing it, multi-year highs there. Palladium looked just impeccable structure. Here's your platinum. It's up, chat. It's up almost 2% on the new week. What? Yeah, well, it had a bad Friday, right? It was down 3.59% on Friday, but okay, it's up initially. Then you get your copper, really close to all-time highs. It's not there yet. And then your palladium is down, I guess. No, it's up a little bit. Yeah, palladium, just phenomenal. Oh, God, it's just a dream, man. A dream structure. This is where it's like, oh, hey, look, it's a textbook Wyckoff accumulation schematic. I like those. Yeah. So there's still more upside to the top of the range. 1250, 1269. You break that, 1500, 1600. Wow, orange juice futures, is it open? What? No, I don't think so. Orange juice futures decimated, dude. And it looks like this is a bearish wave structure too. You want to know something that's crazy? Well, you know, it all ended with a rising wedge, up thrust, bearish, you know, break down, and then the back test. But dude, this is a very bearish wave structure. Like orange juice futures, you think the pain is over? I don't think so. This is like a butterfly. No, it's a deep crab potentially. So you got a 1618 target on orange juice futures. That's like right here. That is nasty. You would never want to see in a drawdown like this a deep retrace on being lower high on C. Deep crab situation. You're trying to break bad action magnet move here too. That's crazy. Yep. And this is how it goes, man. And then you get down there. What happens down there? Oh, we're getting closer to those deep, full-on retraces, a full reset, round trip situation almost, right? Yeah, it was a good run. Cyclical. Okay, these assets are cyclical. Except for cattle futures. There's no cycle here, bro. It's just number go up for the rest of your effing life. You will eat the bugs, and you will be happy. All right? We're looking at, speaking of like, it's like we're looking at orange juice futures in opposite world because it's the same potential pattern, right? Like the deep crab, the deep retrace on B, the lower high on C, the type 2 now, and the type 2 falling on deaf ears. The highest low in the history of live cattle futures, gapped up. It'll fill a gap, but I mean, just so strong. It's not, this isn't going to be dead until they're taking out like 219, 220, but it's just crazy. Like the lack of performance from sellers and acceleration of demand. You can just see like they're, oh my God, that's what's going on. You have this anchor 1, 2, 3, 4. They kind of violated it a little bit, but then now you have another test here. So it's like the angling up, like going parabolic on live cattle a little bit. And nothing, we'll see. I mean, cocoa futures up a little, whatever. We'll look at these later. Yeah, oil's down on the new week. We got less than 5 minutes, chat, and we're looking solid. Bruh. we're looking like we got a good chance here. Something really bad would have to happen in less than 5 minutes for us to not make history now on Bitcoin on the weekly. So let's just do an extended local on the 8s. Now, what would be bonus points would be a daily candle close above 109.35801. Don't we want that? Let's like forget the controversy and close back above the old all-time high, January 20th, the inauguration day. Foxy, I always start the stream typically with that big analysis of Bitcoin. So if you like rewind the stream, you'll see it, but like we're honing in on Bitcoin with 4 minutes to go. So I'm sorry I haven't really looked at chat much because I mean y'all typically want me to just do the charts and not worry about things. Three falling peaks on total. Cyro certainly could be interpreted that way. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I mean I have it plotted that way on another chart, and it's definitely like 3 falling peaks at the completion zone of the beautiful bearish shark pattern. Absolutely, that's an idea, but those patterns can develop and they can resolve the other way. So I'm obviously hoping it becomes resolved bullishly, not bearishly, because if it's bearish resolution, we're going way below 2.9 trillion. But yeah, I mean, it literally is kind of like the inverse of a Alibaba in a way, where you have the long extended drawdown, then you have the M-shape develops, then you just get incredible amounts of consolidation, but then all of a sudden it turns into a pattern that you could pull out of a textbook, and it was the 3 rising valleys. You've got 3 falling peaks here. So, but it could also be a bull flag. I mean, like, right? We're not ever acting like we know, man. Never gonna act like that. I'll leave that to literally everyone else on the internet to act like they know and they're some sort of visage and they're fortune tellers and they're geniuses. Okay, I am not like smart. Okay, I just like charts. I like discussing them with you in a digestible manner, and that's it. Okay, no ego. Leave the ego at the door. People are going to be like, I told y'all we were going higher. And there are going to be other people that, I told you we were going lower. And it's like, dude, we're just looking at the levels. And I accept whichever way buyers and sellers correlate the price to those levels. I'm down. Jared had a good one. Unfortunately, the weather really sucked where I went. But it was okay. We made it back and did some other fun things. So, and yeah, everything cleared out for the fireworks show, which was amazing. All right, we have less than 2 minutes till history. So we're just going to hang out for a minute and a half and just hopefully be able to celebrate. We got it, man. I think we got it. Like, it would be insane to not have it. Remember, the current all-time high on the close, 109.4868. So we're talking with 1 minute to go, we're above that all-time high close by 150 points roughly. See, this is why I'm like, it's cool, but man, it could be so much better because like we couldn't close that all-time high close above the 120 high. Why can't we do it on this one either? It's just obnoxious. Like, just stop with the stupid joke price action. We get it 300 likes easy. God, we haven't hit 300 likes, chat. Really? We're like an hour into the stream now. Not 300 likes. Okay. Well, nothing I can do. Like, not much else. I guess I can try to be a fortune teller, you know, and just lie to y'all. Like, oh yes, it is certainly doing this. Thank you. Here's a like. There it is, chat. Highest weekly candle close in the history of Bitcoin. Are you not entertained? It's funny. I'll like tweet highest weekly candle close in history, and people will be like, "Dude, you were bearish, bro." It's like, no, you're just out of your mind. You're just crazy. Nice 4-hour bullish engulfing candle, if you care. And also nice re-breakout of the supply line that is pretty much pinpoint here, okay? The X point or the D point of the harmonic, right? But 1 and 2, and then false breakout, and then they broke it, and then last 4 candle, they fell back in with the close, and now we've reconfirmed a breakout. So that's really nice to see that at least, but it's like one does not simply walk into Mordor. That's why I make that metaphor, that analogy, whatever. It's like, okay, just because you break through the black gate or both gates of Mordor doesn't mean you've defeated Sauron, right? You have to break through the gates. Then you got to be able to breathe through all the poisonous, noxious air and fumes from Mount Doom itself, right? Then you got to fight the hundreds of thousands of orcs. And then you got to somehow kill the Nazgul on their mounted steeds, right? They're flying abominations. And then somehow you got to get to Sauron, who's at the top of Barad-dûr, the tower. I mean, like, it's not one thing. It is many things. And you've only gotten through the Black Gates. You're in Mordor right now fighting the orcs and the Nazgul. That's what's happening. That's where we are. More to do. Can't win game unless we kill Sauron, and that's 112. Tesla down 5%. Yeah, over-hours trading. I knew it. Almost thought I'd remembered that properly. Yeah, Tesla down 5%. Let's look at it real quick. GG no re. Oh, it's down 6%, you mean? Almost.
Sup Mitch. GT weekly / monthly Nasdaq PLS.
There it is. Tesla down 5.9%. It's gross. And it's gonna it'll be alright, man. No big deal, dude. What was that? Hey, it's G-Dog. What's up, dude? GT? Oh, you want some Goodyear tires, man? We'll do it. Been a long time since I've looked at that one. Yeah, Tesla under 300, that's the problem. We were discussing this on stream. It's like, it's now down over 6%. Oh, God. Yeah, being below 300, hands off. You're screwed. If we ever get back above it, let's talk, but that's the cutoff. And yeah, dude, I think Tesla now, it was looking good technically, but the political flavor really makes you lose your appetite for it, right? Oh, you're going against Trump, and oh, you're starting a new party, and then, oh, what, Mark Cuban might be getting involved? Are you kidding me? Mark Cuban, and then some guy from India who was Indian national is going to be like on the board or something. It's like, what is going on? Initial founder? Huh? Okay, forget it. Let's just buy Google or something. Or own NVIDIA. I don't know. It's just weird. Okay. So we have history on Bitcoin only. Not on XRP, not on BNB, not on Ethereum, not on Solana. Sorry. No history there because they are all inferior to Bitcoin. All right. GT. Let's do it, man. Here's your total. Unfortunately, you can still see confined within the parameters of the consolidation structure that is down sloping. No breakout. Sorry. No breakout at all. Could still be a potential 3 falling peaks. Yes, it could be at a great 886. Check back on the futures. I'm from the future. Still gapped up. No unfilled gap. Tesla down over 6% right now, 6.26%. Yikes, 295 and
Bitcoin
change.
bull flag resolving an even bigger inverse head and shoulders pattern. No way it's that textbook, right? Also, Elon will take over Dem Party.
No, he won't, because the Dem Party are more reckless spenders than the Republican Party. I mean, no one's going to be fiscally responsible. That's the thing. He can't take ownership of either. Oh my God. Tesla's down 6.5% at its lows. It keeps dipping. The dip keeps dipping. 7-layer dip. well, we'll just say 6.5 layer dip. What we're gonna look at? What was going on? Oh, just looking at the futures, then GT after, but they're still up there. 6.64. Oh my god, dude, it's nasty. GT, let me get some tires that are good years. Oh, nice 3 days. Nice 3 white soldiers right there. Nice little trend you got going on, I guess. Oh, it's scaling out more and more. Dang, man. Okay, I see you, of course. Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Yeah, emphasis on the rubber. Well, you're at the lower end of things, right? The closer you are to 609, the better things are, right, for risk management. You never quite got there. So you can look at it a couple ways. Like there's already a completed chart type 1 and they're working on a type 2. Or you can look in locally like it's a shark that completed and it's a type 1, right? Like XA. So it's like a pretty good sweet spot. Look at that. I mean, not quite an 8. Gosh, I hate when it does that, right? When it's not quite an 886. Look how freaking nice it would be if we could get that 886 G-Dog. God, we would be like at the optimum risk management zone, taking you back to right there. That's 635 and then the initial low and then everything correlated to that after. Sorry, these should be yellow. So it shows how long it's been. All right. Yeah, so there it is, right? 584 to 635 is like, oh, look, it's the Goodyear Comet. It comes around once every years, every 10 years, 8 years or whatever, and it just happens to be a reversal. Oh my God, chat. Real quick, breaking news. Tesla is now down 7.5% and falling. 291 and change.
Look here. Look, listen.
So it's like I gotta sneeze, but I can't. Because, right? We didn't quite hit it. But, I mean, the weekly here. Nothing crazy in the oscillators. See, it would be great, man, if months went by and we sold off and we did hit it, because then you'd have like think about what would happen if Goodyear ended up like hitting the 200 week and then sold off, and then months later we came back down here, and then like the RSI ended up doing something like this, and then it was like, oh wow, bullish divergence on the RSI. You know, it would just be better, right? Wouldn't it? But of course, maybe not. Maybe this is it. The bottom's in, dude. Either way, wouldn't you agree that you're a little too far off of like the optimum risk management level? Like the closer you are to 635, the better, and we only got to 728. So, but now you're at 1134. Yikes. That's probably it on Tesla. You're probably not going any lower than that, right? Surely you're not going lower than being down 7+%. Yeah. So, what were you saying, G-Dog? Piercing line above the 1970 low. 1970. Piercing line above 1970. Okay, we will plot the 1970 low right there. What about 1968, though? The first one. See, I think the first one's most important because that's what we do, the first one. And then you can see the price action correlation in 1976. Hey, you want to speak of like about 3 peaks, a rule of 3? It was beautiful, man. Go back to 1976, dude. It's like 1 peak, failure. Then it's like 2 peaks, failure. Then a 3rd peak, failure. And then look at this unbelievable bearish back test, that fateful February. It was Valentine's Day, 1977, where that old support resistance from 1968 was regarded as resistance, and that was it, right? Mega drawdown. The rule of 3, man, after a long top. And really, in the end, what was it? Come on, man. What did they do in 1976? Oh, they painted us a little a little shark-ish pattern, type 1, type 2 return. Oh man, it's beautiful. And then it took you all the way down, back to the level. So I remember that like it was yesterday. Yeah, my dad, he painted that pattern back then. I remember he told me about it. That will be cool one day, right? To be like, dude, back in 2007, 2008, my dad painted that pattern, ushered in the reversal on the Dow Jones, that lower high there. And then it's like 2060. People talking about historical TA. Pretty cool. That's why I like the NFTs, like painting the legendary bullish Gartley, because it's like, oh, it's like encapsulating the reversals. It's like a baseball card. It's like timeless. And you can look back on it and be like, dang, dude, this 50 years later, and that legendary bullish Gartley on Bitcoin, 38, 31, 40, 33, 43, ushered in the reversal, and it never saw it again. Even though it was close to COVID crash, still never hit that 33, 43. 33, 43 level, yeah. So you're onto something, G-Dog. I mean, it's very interesting here. It'd just be nicer if we could get 659, but we may not, right? It just may not happen. Oh, dude, it was a cipher. Yeah. Anyway, what else were you saying? Yeah, so you're currently testing that initial swing low ever from the 1960s, 1168, as resistance right now. So I think breaking that would be a pretty big deal, right? Some good upside of the 16s if you broke it. So have your alert set up, G-Dog, above 1168. Okay. So Bitcoin 109, 223 after the weekly close. In good, not great, not terrible. Like, again, you're in the middle of the battle for Middle Earth for real, on the offensive. You broke the supply line. You've recaptured some other mega levels, but you still have overhead resistance you have to break. You haven't broke yet.
Dollar buy? Got in before breakout. Need targets.
Sure thing. What's up, Mr. Patel, man? Mr. Patel, do not watch Glenn Ross if you don't want to be offended. Thank you, dude. Big Bear. Oh yeah, I remember this one. My God, dude, it was something else. Unreal. Unfreaking real. This was like a trade setup or something, wasn't it? It was a spring back test from, yeah, dude. It was way back in October last year. It was like rounding out, and then they recaptured the key level, and then they reconfirmed it as support. Yeah, the swing low here, flipped to support, and it just went nuts. And then it like round trip to like a crypto might do, and then even this old resistance flipped to support, and it's just gone. Targets. Well, if you care about overhead resistance, probably 959. But I'll see what they've done here. Oh, wow. So they broke 678. Do not be surprised if they go for a check back. They want to like reconfirm that this 678 peak from 2023 is support. But given enough time above 678, you could just see where, right? What makes the initial swing lows ever in April 2021 when it got listed. I would just say that's kind of got to be it. Or if you want to be crazy, maybe say like whatever. I'd say probably $10 psychological. It was a swing high too. It was a like IPO listing price. That's like it got listed at $10 and then reversed immediately. So yeah, I would say $10, 959 would be your target to the upside. If you're in on this, you're crazy up, and it's incredible, insane volume too. Yeah, that's it. So your upside potential, if it's gonna continue before check back, you got about 24 to 29%, and you got downside of about 12% if it's going for the back test. So you wouldn't care if you were in on this already and deep in the money. You would just be letting it ride. Because I would just imagine things have turned around on Big Bear AI. Like things look pretty good here. Like even if this thing went to fill a gap at like $6, go down to 453, pivot and hold to be like the highest low of the new uptrend, man, you're in good shape long term probably on this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of ACHR and the QBTS world, a little bit of the Rocket Labs pre-insanity, It's in that category. And I think that's just because AI and robotics. Yeah. Okay, Bitcoin about to be testing that 109,358 level again. Come on, dude. Let's do it. Wow, 3 people chatted that entire analysis. All right. What do you want me to do, man? There must be like 300 people watching or less. No, there's like 650 of y'all. Thanks for 375 likes. Where are y'all? So there's like 600 plus people watching, and like 3 people out of all of them are deciding to type in the chat. It's crazy to me. That's crazy. Jordan, I don't know, man. I like reading what y'all have to say, you know, like your thoughts, your opinions, your outlook on the world. I'm interested. That's why I live stream instead of making videos. So I'm like more connected to the people watching, you know. Hey, Blade, helicopter
Carl
Ubers.
tipped $25. Hope it had a great 4th Mitch. Can we check out the LDE? Helicopter Ubers.
Yeah, we can Blade, yeah, for sure. It was rounding out, and it topped out, and dumped, and then it recovered, and still like, we'll look at Blade, yeah. Sunny Labana, we did a pretty nice, I did a good look on Google pretty early in the stream. If you want to rewind and watch it, I think if I have to redo it, I probably don't do as well. So the first time around, I'm probably best. So if you do rewind. Well, now some people are typing in the chat. It's like a 665 viewer stream. Okay. Nola, I don't think so, man. Rolta, dude. Sorry. Y'all coming to Bryant Denny this year, dude. What are you gonna do, Nola? You just ready? You just might as well just give us the W, you know, this year. Y'all should have had a chance last year, but my God. Jarrett, yeah, do it, man. Send it the cattle futures coverage. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it should be topping out because of that structure, but they're just putting in higher lows. It is crazy. What's up, Black Gold Estates? Sweat on my with the pounds up, my. This doesn't feel like a bull run. Yeah, it's always crappy when you have these massive drawdowns on news-driven catalysts, and then they V-shape in 2 months, and it's the fastest recovery off an all-time high to a crash low in the history of the entire stock market. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a bull run when that stuff happens. All you can do is identify piercing line reversals, bullish dragon breakouts, and say, we don't know, but we can take a chance. Yeah, again, we've never in the history of the stock market seen a recovery this fast, chat. It was double the efficiency of the COVID crash. It took 4 months to recapture all-time highs. It took 2 months here. And then just all-time highs on Friday. Gapped up. That gap will fill. I mean, you know it. Like, these gaps are going to fill. They're going to back test, I think, 600 at some point. But this is just, it's insanity. For real. Crazy stuff. That's why it's, like, really important to monitor the markets if you can. Or if you can't, I do the best I can to try to monitor them for you. You just tune in and listen to the new data every day. Always changing. Pounds over right now, not a good time to visit, huh? Like, I almost went to London last month, but I was just too wiped out from tornado chasing and then right into Vegas for a week. And then I got like sick on the tail end of that. So it was just like, I can't go. Extreme greed. We're at the high point of the fear greed index. We did it, man. We're, I think, positive for the first time since freaking February. Let's see. There was the request. Bleed. Yep. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So it was rounding out. Then the whole like macro collapsed. But what was so cool about this? It's just crazy, man. Like, this is not an opinion thing. This is just what reality was, okay? Lost all the gains, came back to this 257 low that had been tested, right? 257 from May of 2023. It was tested March 2024. Pretty much tested in August 2024. They violated it, then they recaptured it, and then the spring back test. And it was one real formal day where it was right there, that little hammer, April 30th. What was once support resistance at 257 became support again, and the spring back test prevailed again. One of your most powerful technical indicators you could ever identify that gives you such a good chance with such low risk involved for upside is that spring back test. So from 257 to 418 up against a big resistance. And now it's like, oh boy, they better not up thrust back test of up thrust, because from big support to big resistance, that's blade. So your upside is extremely limited, right? It could be zero upside potential because you're at resistance. So that's what makes it tough here. There are good times to buy, and then there are not good times to buy. Even if the asset was to break out, buying right below the breakout point is the worst place to ever buy an asset. I don't give a crap what you say. I don't care, because there are more false bullish breakouts than there are real ones. This is exactly where it's reversed in the past and could do it again. And what happens if they fill the gap and it comes to, if they fail here for a second time and then roll over and we go fill the gap at 296? I mean, what are you doing if you buy up here? You don't know how to, where would you set your stop loss if you were going long against resistance? Nowhere strategically that makes any sense at all. What's your upside potential if you did long here? Zero, possibly, unless you get unbelievable breakout, and that's a big if. And I think your target, if they did break it out, would be $5, 503. Swing high, swing high, swing high. Yeah, that would certainly be it. Then if you ever broke $5, which they couldn't do, then you're looking at like some major moves possibly, like right there, 689. Things could be crazy. It could be like a mega Wyckoff accumulation schematic, like. So they put it at the all-time low October 2023, but guess what? We have never put in a low lower than that. In fact, they pretty much tried to fill the gap at the April lows. So you could be looking at something where the composite operator has an ongoing buying campaign. And despite whatever happens next, it sells off a higher low and then eventually breaks out later. So this is starting to shape up really nice, if you could even believe it. I mean, I'm just... Wyckoff accumulation with the spring action. There's a couple different types of Wyckoff schematics. I'll just show you. I'll show you the one, man. If I can find it yet. Is this the one with the spring? Ah, here's the one with the spring. So if it really was actually happening, which I don't know, it's not like perfect or anything, but if you had it, the phase C ended and now you're in phase D, so you would want to see some signs of strength here. You would want to start breaking the top of the range, which you're testing right now, and you might get a backup. Backups when it's like it sells off at resistance where it falls breakouts and then falls back into the range, but then you're just looking for that higher low to come in again. So yeah, you could very well be on the tail end of Wyckoff accumulation on Blade. All right, so Bitcoin is now down 180 points on the new day, new week. And unfortunately, you can see the red line there, magenta line, 109.35801. That is the old all-time high from January. We're currently trading below it. Win Breakout. Blade or Bitcoin, because they're equally as close in ways. Yeah. I just like the fact this is the lowest low, and sellers, every time they've tried, they've never been able to rival the lowest low ever. So that gives me belief that something's changed, because guess what? It was a no problem situation putting in the lowest lows over and over and over again for the greater part of years. Okay, and there are no longer lower lows being put in on this asset for a really long period of time. I like that on Blade. Okay, Blade looks good technically. Not in terms of the swing traders risk management situation. No, talking about given enough time, this is probably going to resolve upward. We could get ourselves a 25% pullback first, and then later it breaks out.
Mitch, what are the bull and bear case for coin?
Well, the bull case has already happened, right? My God, BD. It already did the thing. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Wow. Like, this is like, hey, man, shouldn't Ethereum have... Yes, you were scammed. You were scammed. Ethereum should have done exactly what Coin did. Didn't. So, I mean, like, the bull case is what happened already. And, I mean, look what you did. You put in... I mean, understand what happened just days ago. It was an all-time high close on the daily. You had never seen a candle close that high. Ever. So you had history made. So nice trend here you got going since the, guess what, Wyckoff accumulation buying campaign situation. Three rising valleys. You're just in a long-term uptrend. You're putting in the highest high ever. So any pullback, you'll probably put in a higher low. I mean, if you think about a massive pullback because things go bad on Bitcoin, 282 for a back test to reconfirm it as support because it's been resistance, resistance, resistance. They might want to test it as support. But for now, they're just favorably testing 334 resistance as support. So not much you can do in terms of risk management because the move has already happened. You're looking to maybe long on breakouts, sideways consolidation. But now it's like they could be taking this to all-time highs overall, 430 if things go well for Bitcoin. I mean, the trend is just unbreakable. You've been in it. Think about Coinbase has been confirmed in a bull trend since July of 2023. And if you say no, then October 2023, certainly. Higher highs, higher lows consecutively now for years or almost 2 years. So any pullback will most likely be a higher low, if not the same low. Pivot and run again. So this is unreal. Very much like Hood. Robinhood's gone nuclear, Coinbase, and now we're like in that new one where unfortunately it's a little off where we wanted to be, but CNCK might be just like this and give it enough time. Unreal. You're bearish on Coin. Look, dude, I mean, you can be because the move, this crazy move just happened. There could be plenty of downside. It goes to 280 and pivots and it's still in an insanely good uptrend. Okay. Speaking of like a, I guess some sort of rival to Coinbase would be Hood. Look at this thing, man. All-time highs on Thursday. Highest close, highest price ever. I had a little bearish inside bar though on Friday though. I don't know if that's gonna hold up, but unfilled gap just below you. This is talking about the dragon. It was just like Bitcoin. I think it developed the exact. It did. It was like wow, Bitcoin and Robinhood look the same. But guess who's the superior asset? Is it Bitcoin or Hood? Since the dragon, Hood. If this was Bitcoin, Bitcoin would be trading at exceeding the golden mean ratio. Man, that's like 120 or something. Way higher. So, sorry, Bitcoin's just lagging and Hood is king. That's why it's never healthy to just get too fixated on crypto. You really need to be a chameleon of the markets. Oh, look, there are good setups here and here. Well, the setups aren't really great here. But it's Bitcoin. We love Bitcoin. We're obsessed with Bitcoin. we dream about Bitcoin. Well, if you do that, then you might miss out on opportunity to make money on the equities market because you've romanticized Bitcoin. You're too much in love and emotionally connected to Bitcoin, which I understand why, but not all dragons are created equal. This is a way bigger dragon, better dragon than Bitcoin. I'll show you the difference. Here's Bitcoin's dragon. If this was, look again, I'll do the Fibonacci the same way, high to low. Bitcoin would be, wow, dude, Bitcoin would be over $130,000 if it was performing equally to Hood. Over 130K. Couldn't even make a 113% retrace. Not even to mention a 1272 yet. So hopefully it catches up. I would hope so. The dragon race. Rising wedge 4 hour. Rising wedge, we looked at it. Anchoring like this really could be dubious because of the white space. I think he's talking about this being the wedge here, I believe. Could be meh. Yeah, you're talking about a rising wedge we were looking at yesterday. The issue with it is like it could go to 112K and still be inside that wedge. I'm like, I don't know about that white noise or that white space right there. But it's got 3 touches on the bottom trend line. Dude, again, we don't even have to look at it like that. We can look at it like, man, here's the 8 hour and here's the, no one's going to like this. People are going to rage quit the stream, which is almost over anyway. But I hope we get new data coming in and it's like, oh my God, thank God it wasn't this. But it's like you are witnessing an upthrust and a potential back test of upthrust at 109.358. So, and another thing is like, gosh dang, man. Think about the 8 hour, okay, whatever. No one cares about the time scale. May 27th, 110.242. June 9th, 110.3. June 10th, 110.3, right? That's where traders were settling up. They're now traders are now settling up at 109.6. The candle closes are still lower than before, despite the wickage being similar. Yeah, this is just, again, I'm not acting like I know where we're going next, ever, okay? But I'll tell you this, as a swing trader, this just isn't a level where someone takes fresh longs. I know you're going to be upset about, you're going to hate me saying that. It's just not a level where someone's like, all right, bro, I got cash on the sidelines, time to buy Bitcoin. You could have zero upside potential. It could be over for Bitcoin. It could be upthrusting back test of upthrust. Guess what that means? That spring back test of spring. 88% retrace from this low to high up there. Look, man, Fibonacci, like you are at the max threshold situation. Look at this, low to high, 88% retrace, 88% retrace, confluent with the 120 all-time high. Dude, this is the worst place to take fresh longs, even if it went to all-time highs. And if you know what I'm talking about, you've been investing in yourself as a swing trader for a long time now, but see, this thing blows up and goes to 113 tomorrow. People are going to be like, you were bearish, man. It's not about being bearish. It's about, are we at levels that make any sense for a fresh long? No. Hey, man, we got cold storage. We got our Bitcoin forever that will never sell. I don't give a crap what happens. But if you care about what happens, we're just looking at the price action correlate to key levels. And that's not great. That's not the best, okay? Still. No one wants to hear it. No one cares. Everyone's mad. Dude, you just got to be like, what? Why is this? Is this real? Do we have bearish divergence on the 8 hour? Gosh, see what I'm saying? Like, when you are a swing trader and you want to go long, you want literally all the stars to align. I'm talking every time scale saying and implying the exact same thing. You can identify Bullish Gartleys on the weekly and the daily. Oh, and then you go to the 12-hour, 8-hour, 4-hour. Oh, wow, there's like inverse head and shoulders at the key levels. Well, that implies upside. This implies upside. Everything's implying upside. Bullish divergence. Not this crap. You're so like possibly at a top of all tops right now. It's just like, unfortunately, again, rage quit. You hate me. I know. But like it's just so similar to this bull crap from last year where it's like 886, we're gonna make dump. We're gonna 886, we're gonna, we're even higher now, it's gonna dump. Look, we're gonna every time, right? That's where we are on Bitcoin. We are possibly at this top. I will be the first person to be like, dude, it's real. We're not screwed. We're going to freaking all-time highs. We're going to 120, 130. I'll be the first one to tweet it, to ping you in the Discord. But we're at this level. Like, it could be the top, but we don't really know yet. Okay. I hope not. I hope it's not that. Dude, I swear to God, I hope it's 120 tomorrow, and that's it. Yeah, let's speak to the manager. Speak to the manager. I think it's like it's like worse than slot machines, because it's almost like, dude, you know where we're at. Right, slot machines, I have no idea what's going on. My eyes are closed. We're looking at Bitcoin correlate to 109.358.01. We just made all-time highs again. We had this just little Rudy Poo joke rally up here against resistance at 886s from previous major discernible swing highs. It's almost like shark on shark. I mean, it's not a valid shark by any means. No, it's not. Because how do you anchor it? You can't. I mean, like whatever. But it is truly 886. It truly is 886. At top of channel, this is like where shorts almost make way more sense than a long. So it's not a slot machine. It's actually like, you might be okay, like for if it just repeats, it's like, okay, we're going down. And guess what? It goes to 102. Who cares? Given enough time, give me a year or two, it doesn't matter. It will be 130, 150, 200 based on money printing. But what happens in the short term if we do resolve bearishly like we did last year? People are going to lose their minds. They're going to be like, dude, you said this or that. It's like not a real shark at all. I'm not saying it is, but I do know it's at an 886 and a 1414, and they're confluent. Dude, whatever good bullish crypto. No, dude. Just because I'm saying what's happening doesn't make me bullish or bearish. Just because I'm telling you that buyers broke a supply line of the channel we've been in since May, but they also couldn't break 109.358, but they could. That's just me telling you what's happening right now. That's not being bullish or bearish. I'm sorry that's your aptitude ability. I don't understand like what I could even say at this point. Deep ciphers, oh boy, Scott Carney, Mr. South Korea man, he's gonna get you, dude. Scott Carney, okay. It's like instead of saying Bloody Mary 3 times in front of the mirror, it's like saying 8861 deep ciphers. He's gonna get you, dude. Don't say deep ciphers in front of the mirror. Scott Carney's gonna come behind you and just. Gonna be scary. Just kidding. See, it's like you look at this and it's like stress. I don't know. My God, man, this could be friggin' tough. There's just you could look at it like that and then just, I don't know. I look at Google and I'm like, I just feel more comfortable. Like, I just feel like there's definitely like more upside potential looking here. More upside potential on Google than Bitcoin. definitely more than gold, right? I mean, just because we love Bitcoin and we know it's amazing and we believe in it and its individual sovereignty, decentralized, and a defense mechanism against currency debasement, monetary debasement, doesn't mean like it can't go to 102 first and then go to 130. That would probably be max pain anyway, because people like, I mean, I'm just like on X and people are just anticipating the breakout. They're like, it's coming. We're about to do it. But do you know that we've never had a price discovery July ever on Bitcoin? Ever. It's never happened. So it's like, man, you're bucking. That's a historical trend. You know, if you're betting, well, this team has gone 60-0 when they're up by 2 touchdowns at halftime. That's a pretty nice historical trend. I might take that, right? You're going the other way though. You're like, oh well, I'll bet against that historical trend right now up against resistance. Anyway, so let's go Bitcoin. I hope it plays out, man. I really do, and I hope you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, I've done the best I possibly can at articulating this stuff, and maybe for some it'll never get through. And maybe it's my fault, you know. But thanks so much for coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything between. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. So it's the 6th of the month. So it's the 6th best day to join the Patreon/Citadel. We get trade setups, education, access to my charts only, where I'm pinging you throughout the day about different patterns and things developing across the markets. But above all that, you would be contributing to a 100% crowdsourced content creator. For 7.5 years I've been doing that, and I've never sold out. My integrity remains intact for you for all those years when I easily could have. I said no, and at the height of multiple manias, 5-figure deals, no, I'm good. I'm not going to accept that. Crowdsource. No monetization on YouTube either. So how many hours of your life have I saved you by you not having to watch ads and playing copyright music to boot? So that's why you would join the Patreon, okay, or Citadel. Link is pinned above. So it's like, if you join the Patreon, you're saying, hey, with your wallet, hey man, I appreciate what you do. I want you to continue doing this. Never want you to sell out. And I wish there were more people in the world like you. Because guess what? If you don't know, content creation is ad revenue. That's how people make their money doing this. And I've never accepted a dime playing the game. I don't play the game. I voluntarily for 7.5 years sat out and playing the game. So how much money have I lost? I don't care, because some things in life are more important than money, and its integrity. So just remember that when you're watching people on YouTube. Remember what they're into. So thanks again for everything. Love y'all. I'll see you on the Discord. Until next time, respect the TA. Oh my god, the slaps.
JP. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
I have some evidence Van Bear Pig could be in this area.
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.